What's up, you guys? It's your girl, the Sobriety Queen. I am back with another video as promised. It is January 28th, and I'm super excited to be back. So, this is a new arena for me. I am so comfortable with podcasting and just kind of being behind the scenes, but I wanted to branch off and be able to share my journey with you guys. So, if you are joining me for the first time, my name is Connie. I am the Sobriety Queen, no longer the alcohol fiend. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It would really be appreciated. In today's video, I'm just going to give you more about me and my journey as a Black woman in sobriety and recovery, letting you know what that is for me and why I even started my journey. So, I just made 7 years sober on January 16th. Woohoo! I am so grateful. You guys found out in my last video that I also celebrated my 1 year in podcasting on Sober Sessions Podcast. Make sure you go over there, like, subscribe, comment, leave us a review on iTunes. Yes, I'm putting it out there. And I also am the owner of Cocktails with Chocolate. Actually, that is the old name. I told you that we were doing some rebranding, and we have. I'm saying we like it's somebody. It's really just me, y'all. So yeah, I have changed my name from Cocktails with Chocolate, the company's name, to Sober Juice Bar. And I'll just go really quickly with it. Why I did that was because um I'm sorry, just had to do that. Why I had to do that was because Cocktails with Chocolate has been in existence since 2014, but I've had those questions arrive like, oh, there's chocolate in the drinks. And I'm like, no, I'm the chocolate. And so I just needed a shift. I wanted to be able to really touch more people. Our drinks are amazing, but I wanted to also incorporate some healthier versions. So now we have a lot of fresh, not that it wasn't fresh before, but definitely fresh. And we have cold press now incorporated in our brand. So again, it is Sober Juice Bar. Super excited. All right, now to the good stuff. So I have been sober for 7 years. And as a Black woman, I didn't see a lot of Black and brown women sober. I just didn't. That wasn't my story. And it bothered me for a while. I was just like, where is the representation for us? And I felt like God was saying, become the representation. So that is why I started sharing my story so often. I started to share it on different platforms, mostly on Instagram and Facebook. And what I have discovered from that is that because although I was afraid, and definitely I did get some backlash, if you will. I did get some judgment. But I found that, everybody has a story, right? And because you are the person who stands up and tells your story, even telling it afraid, what you will find that people will judge you. So yes, I got judgment, but above all that, I got to align myself with some amazing women. I still align myself with them, and I got to become a part of a community. And to be quite honest, I always struggled with self-esteem. I always struggled. That's not my case anymore, praise God. But I always struggled with belonging, not feeling comfortable in any setting because I didn't know who I was. So what I found was community, an amazing community with some amazing queens, both Black, brown, and whatever other color. But my main focus was to create a space for brown and Black women so that they can know that they are purpose and not pain. And what I have been able to do with that since telling my story is create, familiarity, right? Everybody has a story, but our stories are alike. We come from those families where, maybe there was just one parent in the household, and, my mama had to do everything, your mother had to do everything, or grandmother had to do everything. And it can be very, very, very challenging. And so the whole point was that I wanted to be able to connect with someone, because in my time, I'll say, when I first started my journey, I didn't see people like me. So I wanted to be, that woman that says, here I am. I understand what it is that you're going through. Here's my story. And with hope, you'll see that you can get through this journey as well. So that's the reason. And what I will say, I'm not gonna make this video super duper long, but what I will say is that, you know, this journey has been amazing. I will never say that, I've gotten more sober than I could have ever gotten under the influence. Not knowing who I was, making poor judgment choices, right? Making a lot of excuses, not putting my action to word, just literally a lot of lip service, inviting a lot of people into my space. I remember I was a girl, back in Brooklyn. I grew up in Brooklyn. And I literally just would let anybody come to my house. As crazy as that sound, if you were my friend and you had a friend, I didn't have to know your friend, but because they were your friend can come to my house. That is insane. In my personal opinion, because you should know everybody that's coming through your doors. But I was under the influence a lot of the times, and I made, as I said, some bad choices, and really I just suffered with low self-esteem. I just wanted to feel included and not excluded. And my whole thought behind that is that if I had a whole lot of people around me, it did something for me. It made me feel oh so grand and oh so important. And it was just the lies that alcohol told me. And my hope is that, listen, me telling my truth, me sharing my business, as I like to say on my podcast, my hope is that you will understand that you are more than enough, just as you are. That you will listen to my story and that you will say, wow, this is what she did. I did that too. Like something would resonate with you. And although alcohol tells you a lot of lies and will try to make you believe that you're going to feel better, you're going to think better, right? I know I wasn't the only one that felt like that, right? Although it promised you a lot of things, none of it is true. None of it is true. I don't care how much it appears to be true. None of it is true. It told me, that I would be the flyest girl. I would, be the sexiest one at the club. I would literally say those things, to be quite honest. I would walk into a club and be like, I ain't paying for nothing tonight. And thought I was important. I thought it made me feel so amazing or something. I don't even know. I really don't even know where my brain was. But because of the way I thought back then, it literally caused me to make a lot of bad choices, caused me to surround myself with the wrong people. And I'm not saying they were bad people, because I just don't like to say that about folks. But I made bad choices, and as a result, because I wasn't in my right state of mind, I allowed some things to be done to me, and that wasn't a good decision on my part. So, sobriety has taught me that, again, you are enough sober. You can deal with your problems better sober. You function at a higher level sober. You are more vocal sober. And what you say makes a whole lot of sense sober. And you remember it. How about that? You remember it. So I'm super excited that, I got to this place. And as I said, guys, it takes time. You just don't get here overnight. Trust the process. Get yourself around some women that you might even feel somewhat uncomfortable around, right? Because maybe they have more sober time than you, or maybe they speak different than you, or whatever the case is. What I would say is just trust it, right? I had to put myself in uncomfortable positions, but I guess what? In the discomfort, that's where I really elevated. You don't know what you don't know. So putting yourselves in those very uncomfortable settings, it literally helps you. It helps you think differently. It helps you have a different perspective. Because you again, you don't know what you don't know. So your thinking is the same thinking that has kept you where you are, just as mine did, right? I didn't know that I didn't know that I didn't know. So me being in those new environments, those uncomfortable environments, helped me to broaden my way of thinking, helped me to even look at myself differently. So I would say that, Queens, definitely trust the process. Take it day by day. When I speak to my clients, I do coach sober clients. I've been doing that for about 3 years, about 3 years. And it's been amazing. And what I always say to them is, we're looking for sobriety in consecutive days, right? So what I mean by that is, often my clients, they be like, I just want to hit 21 days. I'm just using it as an example. I just want to be sober for 16 consecutive days, whatever the number is, right? But the operative word here is consecutive. And I say, that's so much pressure on yourself. That's a lot of pressure. And so when you don't obtain that number, you focus on the fact that you didn't get to it. You focus on, you maybe you were sober for 2 days and then you fell off the wagon, you started drinking on the third day. So you focus on the third day, you discard the 2 days. So what I'd like to say to you is that look at the overall picture. So if your goal was, I'm just going to say 5 days, right? And you were sober the first and second day, and you weren't sober the third, the fourth, nor the fifth. Well, guess what? Those 2 days that you were sober still are the days that you earned. Now, guess what? Get up again and reach your third and fourth and fifth day sober. And there's your 5 days of sobriety. And then do it again. Be kind to yourself. Know that you are worth it. You're worth the battle. And lastly, I want to say, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this video. Somebody needs it. And if you need my support, of course, I am here. If you need to purchase my book, Alcohol Fiend to Sobriety Queen, 25 tips to putting down the bottle and picking up your crown, it will be linked down in the show notes. Know that I love you, but God loves you far more than I ever could. Be blessed, and I will talk to you in the next video. Later, guys.